Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. Sorry about the poor lighting conditions, but that's the least of our concerns right now. I'm going to be asking Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Americans, that what I'm going to tell you right now should be enough that we can all agree, band together, and save our country. From the left to the right. If you do not understand what they're doing to us, it'll be hard to have a conversation and hard to agree. If you think what I'm going to tell you is fine, it's no big deal, then we are so in different sides that we will never be able to come together. The $900 billion stimulus package was passed. And I believe, well, I'm sure this is all borrowed money. We don't even have this money, but our great leaders on both sides of the aisle said that we absolutely needed this. And they're going to send me and my wife a $1,200 check. Man, that's a lot of money. But it's nothing, because now I'm entitled to pay $900 billion back with interest for my little $1,200. Plus the pain, the indebtedness that we are putting onto us right now and our future generations is immoral. The money that they're spending is ridiculous. It's going to places that shouldn't be going. If you're on the other side, the Democrats, liberals, left wing, I don't care what you call yourself, don't agree with what I'm saying, there's something totally wrong. Our leadership has sold us out. They do not care about their main job is to balance the budget and spend money and to protect America. And they're not protecting us when they are enslaving us to debt. This alone is enough reason for me to have no qualms, to not feel bad of what needs to happen. This alone, to run every politician that voted for this out of Washington, and do a little bit more than just run them out of Washington. Because these men are enemies to our republic. Any man or woman that could vote for this and enslave my grandchildren that are sleeping just 100 yards away and making them slaves for the rest of their life just with this one bill. We should not take it as Americans, being left or right or center. It's immoral. Let me share with you some of the details in the stimulus bill. I'll try to put some links down. I've gathered so much information, been reading so much. The bill is like 5,500 some pages. That in itself is crazy. They're trying to help our economy, so they write 5,500 some pages. Let me start. There's a few things I want to get into. And if you don't understand at this point, my blood is boiling. I am through. I am absolutely through. My government has abandoned us. I did not abandon our government when I went overseas and did all kinds of things for them. I didn't abandon the American people. I tried to do my best. I tried to do what I thought was the moral thing. Washington has no morals. It needs to be cleaned out. This is the swamp. If you voted for this bill, you're part of the swamp. Let me get started. Okay, first of all, unauthorized immigrants will be getting the $600. I also read that it will be retroactive, that they will get the additional $1,200 plus the new $600 to make it $1,800. And these are undocumented immigrants, illegal immigrants. That is so immoral. I believe in helping people, but they're illegally in this country. Now we're going to assist them with a lot of money. What I'm telling you is I believe everything is true. And if I have anything incorrect, I apologize. But I've been frantically reading as much as I can. Let's get started. 193 million to help federal workers, the HIV and AIDS workers overseas, to buy cars and insurance of official motor vehicles. $193 million? We have that many AIDS and HIV workers overseas that they need that money? 193 just for insurance and to buy cars for them overseas? Immoral. Immoral. We have people in this country going hungry. 40 million for the Kennedy Center. 208 million to upgrade the Census Bureau computer system. 208 million. How much of that is going to be wasted on some big contract and make someone rich? 2 billion for the Space Force. I thought this was an economic thing to help us during this pandemic. 4 billion for Navy weapon procurements. That's going to be a lot of money wasted there. 2 billion for the Air Force missiles. If the military needs funding, let's fund it, but let's have that funding in the open and not stuck into this bill. 130 million for Nepal. 130 million for Nepal. For some of you that don't know geography, Nepal is not in the US of A. 85.5 million for Cambodia. 1.4 billion for some Asia program. 1.4 billion. 135 million to Burma. 700 million to Sudan. 1.3 billion to Egypt. Some $10 million for a gender program in Pakistan. $10 million. 453 million to Ukraine. 3.3 billion to Israel. We're borrowing this money to give to people overseas. Am I the only one that thinks this is immoral? To indebt us plus our future generations? I'm on this world first as a Christian to point people to Jesus Christ. Secondly, I'm on this world to improve my conditions, my children's conditions, my grandchildren's conditions, and future generations' conditions. I want the next generation to have it easier. I want them to have it a lot easier than I've had it in my life. Politicians don't understand it. I'm pleading with you, Democrats, Republicans, Independents. Politicians are our problems. The swamp is our problems. This bill, if everything that I've read is true, has pushed me to the point where drastic measures need to be taken. The same drastic measures that were done in the founding of this country, where men put their honor, their sacred duty, their families, themselves on the line so they could secure a better country, or really a country that you can live free and you're not being indebted to the point that you're going to be a slave and your children are going to be a slave and your grandchildren are going to be a slave to this crap. Thanks for watching.